Charge. What is your response to it?
Well, first of all, our hearts goes out to the family. In addition to that, when a bullet strikes the body of a police officer, the emotional path continues. So I understand some of the concerns that many people have in the law enforcement community. But this is not about one voice. This is about the voice of the entire city crying out for unity, crying out of saying, how do we come together and deal with real issues in policing, but at the same time protect our officers? I wore that uniform for 22 years of my life. I had a bulletproof vest on, protecting our community, and I know how trying and difficult these times are.
Well, we've had a lot of protests. We've had a lot of heated rhetoric. Do you believe that contributed to this?
No, not at all. I think that we cannot mix the two. Those who were calling for police reform were not calling for police retribution. They were not calling for harm to police, and we cannot allow someone to get in the way of moving towards police reform. Blood is not on the hands of the mayor. Blood is on the hand of the sick person that took the life of two innocent police officers. Innocent people should not die in America. It doesn't matter if they're wearing a police uniform or a three-piece suit. Innocent people should not die in America, and we're better than what we're seeing. And now is the time for adults to stand up and decide the direction.
2 weeks ago, we were talking about trust issues between the African-American community and law enforcement. Today, we're going to be talking about trust issues between law enforcement and the mayor of New York City. How do you fix that trust issue?
I don't think that's the issue. I think the over 30,000 police officers in New York City are professionals. They're going to get up every day and do their job, just as we saw when our center of trade collapsed. Our police officers still respond. We cannot allow what seems to be a contractual or other methods that are in the way of moving forward in policing to think that the men and women who wear blue uniforms as law enforcement officers are going to move away from that. That assassination was not an attack on individuals, it was an attack on our beliefs in public safety, and we cannot allow an attack on public safety in America.
Now, you wrote an op-ed in the New York Times a couple of weeks ago. It used the headline, "We must stop police abuse of black men." Are you concerned that any reform efforts that people have been talking about when it comes to law enforcement, the grand jury process, that something like this halts it in its tracks?
No, not at all. I think that we've reached a point where the grandchildren of civil rights marches are now in the street marching. This used to be an issue that was in the African American and Caribbean and Hispanic community. Now the diverse group of young people of all ethnicity, white and black, are stating, America, we're better than the violence we're seeing. They're saying that we're better than the lack of police reform. And so I don't think anything is going to derail that. We're not going to allow the sick mind of one individual to get in the way of creating a symbiotic relationship between the police and the community. And I think we need to move forward and be responsible professionals during this very difficult time.
Eric Adams, the Brooklyn Bureau President, thanks for coming on Meet the Press this morning. I appreciate your time.